Hello students, today I am going to begin a chapter 4 in class 9th physics, pressure. So though you have studied this topic in the previous classes, but I will do the revision of this and then proceed further how the pressure acts in the fluids. So what is pressure? So before pressure, you know what is force. So as you know that what is force? Force is a physical cause which changes or tends to change the state of rest or of uniform motion of the body. What is force? It is that physical cause which changes or tends to change, which changes. In the previous chapter you have studied this topic. Changes or tends to change. What is the meaning of tends to change? Means the state is going to change. If it is in the state of rest, it will come into the state of motion on applying the force. If it is already moving, then its velocity will be changed on applying the force. So force is that physical cause which changes or tends to change the state of rest. State of rest or uniform motion. Rest or uniform motion means if there is any body which is at rest, on applying the force, it will come into the state of motion. If it is already moving, then on applying the force, what will happen? Its velocity will be changed. What is the symbol of the force that you know? It is capital F. It is what type of quantity? That also you must be knowing. Vector quantity. Vector quantity means those quantities which require magnitude as well as direction for their complete description. There is one more effect of the force that I have forgotten. It can change the shape and size of the body also. It can change the shape and size of the body also. Then what is the unit of force? So unit of force, you must have studied this formula, F equals to m into A. What is the unit of mass? MKS unit, kilogram. What is the MKS unit of acceleration? Meter per second square. So kilogram meter per second square. And this we call as the Newton also. And when you will write Newton as unit, it will be written this way. It will be written this way. But when you are writing Newton as a name, then you will begin with the capital N. So this is the difference. When you are writing Newton as the unit, it means if it is written in this way, means this is the unit of force. But if you have written this, then it means it is the name of the scientist. Name of the scientist. It is clear? So Newton, there is one CGS unit also. CGS unit is the dyne, which is equal to gram centimeter per second square. Gram centimeter per second square. Now see here, at this moment when you are standing here, when I am standing here, I am exerting a force on the floor. I am exerting a force on the floor. Because of what? Because of the weight of my body. Because of the weight of the body, I am exerting a force on the floor. This force acts in what way? So you can see here, weight is acting vertically down, floor is this is the floor, and weight is acting downward, means here at this moment force is acting perpendicular to the floor. Force is acting perpendicular to the floor. Similarly, if we press to this board, here at this moment force is acting normal to the board. Force is acting normal to the board. It is clear? So that force which acts normal to some surface is known as thrust. There is a special name, thrust. What is thrust? It is also a force but this force acts normal to some surface. It acts normal to some surface, means thrust means force. What will be its unit? Newton. Everything will be same, only what is force which acts normal to surface, that is known as the thrust. That is known as the thrust. It is clear? There is no difference anywhere in between thrust and force. Only what is the difference? Those forces which act normal to the surface, they are called the thrust. It is clear? Normal to the surface force is acting, that force will be called as the thrust. Now what is pressure? So pressure is the force acting per unit area. Pressure is defined as force acting per unit area. The force which acts on the unit area, that is known as the pressure. You can see here, when what is pressure? Its symbol is capital P. We symbolize by the capital P. What is pressure? It is the force which acts perpendicularly to some surface. It is, or you can write here, you make it more correct. Pressure is developed. Pressure is produced when force acts perpendicularly to the surface. That is known as the pressure. When the force is acting normal to the surface, it is producing the pressure. Now how much pressure will be created? So how pressure will be produced? If you apply the force on some surface perpendicularly, then pressure will be created over that body. And how much pressure will be created? So it is the force acting normally perpendicularly to unit area. It is equal to force acting perpendicularly. Here in place of this we can write thrust. It's clear? Force acting perpendicularly on unit area. It's clear? That is known as the pressure. When the force acts perpendicularly on unit area, that is known as pressure. Means the thrust acting per unit area is known as the pressure. Now you can see here, suppose F thrust F acts on area A. Thrust F acts on area A. Then there will be how much pressure? So pressure will be equal to thrust upon area. It will be equal to thrust upon area. That is P equals to F upon A. This thing. It's clear? In terms of symbol, pressure equals to force upon area. In other way you can say it is the thrust acting per unit area is known as the pressure. It is clear? Now see here, pressure is what type of quantity? So pressure is a vector quantity. All of you remember this thing. Pressure is a vector quantity. Why? Because the force is vector. That's why pressure is also vector. It's clear? Now see here, what will be the SI unit of pressure? SI unit of pressure. Unit of pressure. It's clear? Here this is not. So see here, SI unit of force is what? SI unit of F. What is SI unit of F? It is Newton. It's clear? SI unit of area, that you must be knowing. Unit of area. What is SI unit of area? It is meter square. So what is the SI unit of pressure? SI unit of pressure is Newton upon meter square, or we can say Newton per meter square. Newton, and since there is negative power, so you will write per meter square. Newton per meter square. Here there is a special name of this unit. And what is that special name? It is Pascal. It is Pascal. It's clear? A special name of this unit, which is Pascal. It's clear? This PE. It's clear? That is known as the Pascal. Means 1 Pascal is equal to, it is named after the scientist Blaise Pascal. It's clear? After his name, this unit has been named as the pressure. It's clear? Pascal. So 1 Pascal equals to 1 Newton per meter square. Now how will you describe this unit? How will you describe this unit? So you can see here. If we take, as you know, that pressure equals to force upon area. If we take F equals to 1 Newton, F I have taken as 1 Newton, and area I have taken as 1 meter square. Area here I have taken as 1 meter square. Area equals to 1 meter square. So what will be pressure? 1 Newton upon 1 meter square. That is equals to 1 Newton per meter square. That is equals to 1 Pascal. Means how will you describe the pressure of 1 Pascal? Pressure is said to be 1 Pascal if the thrust of 1 Newton. You use the term thrust. It's clear? Use the term thrust, or you say force acting perpendicularly. So we will use the term thrust. So pressure is said to be 1 Pascal when thrust of 1 Newton acts on 1 meter square. Acts on 1 meter square. Pressure on its surface is said to be 1 Pascal when the thrust of 1 Newton is acting on 1 meter square area. Then pressure is said to be 1 Pascal. It is clear? Now there are some other units also that you can make. CGS unit. So CGS unit will be what? You can see here. What is the CGS unit of the force? What is the CGS unit of thrust? It is dyne. It is dyne. And here it is centimeter square. So it is dyne per centimeter square. Dyne per centimeter square. So dyne per centimeter square. It's clear? So first you open your book so that you can know how much I have taught today. It's clear? Before proceeding over the next point, you first see in the book. And I am using this book, which is of Selena, perhaps this one. It's clear? This you may be using. It's clear? So you can see here page 82 in the new book. This chapter is on the page 82. Unit of thrust, that also I have told. Unit of thrust means force. SI unit is Newton, CGS unit is dyne. There are some gravitational units, kilogram force and gram force. 1 kilogram force equals to 9.8 Newton. What is 9.8? It is the value of acceleration due to gravity in MKS system. 1 gram force 980 dyne. Then pressure, this I have explained. Pressure is the thrust per unit area of surface, that also P equals to F upon A. Then SI unit, everything I have done. CGS unit also. Then you see other units. There are some other units of the pressure which are used in the meteorological purposes. Here it is given bar and millibar. Bar and millibar. It is clear? As you know, you have already studied that atmospheric pressure is equivalent to the pressure exerted by how much length of mercury column? 76 centimeter of mercury column. Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure means the pressure of exerted on us by the air envelope which is surrounding to us. Pressure which air envelope exerts on us, that is known as the atmospheric pressure. It's clear? And it is how much? So at normal temperature and pressure, it is equivalent to pressure due to 76 centimeter length of mercury column. Mercury, you must be knowing the symbol of mercury, Hg, mercury column. This is clear? And it is equal to how much? If you calculate it, then it comes out nearly 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. That we also call as 10 to the power 5 Pascal. It's clear? And it is equal to 1 bar. 1 bar means 1 bar equals to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. It's clear? Then millibar. It's clear? What will be the millibar? That you can see. 1 millibar. In the very first chapter you have studied what is the meaning of milli. Milli means 10 to the power minus 3. Milli means 10 to the power minus 3. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6. Nano means 10 to the power minus 9. So 1 millibar means 1 in place of milli you write 10 to the power minus 3 bar. It's clear? Means 10 to the power minus 3 bar. But 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So here you write down 10 to the power minus 3 multiplied by in place of bar you write down 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. That is 10 to the power 2 Newton per meter square. This. So 1 millibar is this. It's clear? Perhaps it will be clear to you. 10 to the power 2 Newton per meter square. So this has been explained here. That also I have told. Here you can see in the book 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere means atmospheric pressure. It is nearly equal to how much? 1.013, which I have taken as 1 into 10 to the power 5. It is exactly 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. It's clear? Now there is one more thing. 1 torr. There is one more unit of pressure, torr. T-O-R-R. 1 torr is equal to the pressure which is exerted by 1 millimeter of mercury column. pressure which is exerted by 1 millimeter of mercury column. It is clear? So that is known as the one torr. Now as you know that 1 atmospheric pressure is what? 1 atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter length of mercury column. Pressure which is exerted by 76 centimeter length of mercury column. How will you write in millimeter? 760 mm length of mercury column. It is clear? But as you know that 1 torr is what? 1 torr means pressure due to 1 mm length of mercury column. It is equivalent to pressure due to 1 mm length of mercury column. So you can see here 1 mm is equivalent to 1 torr. So 760 will be equal to how many torr? It will be equal to 760 torr. It is clear? So this you remember. 1 atmospheric pressure in terms of the torr, it is 760 torr. It is clear? Now after this I am going to discuss the effect of the force on any surface when it is placed in the different way. You can see here I am taking here, I have here the wait, all of you wait for a minute. Yes, I have taken this wooden rectangular cuboid. It's clear? This is wooden cuboid. Suppose it is of 100 gram. It is of 100 gram. So you keep this on any surface by any way. I am showing you, you wait here. Whether you keep it here this way or you keep it by this way or you keep it by this way, in every case it will exert the same force on the book. It will exert same force, same thrust on the book. It is clear? Whether this wooden cuboid is kept this way or it is kept this way or it is kept this way, in every case it will exert the same force on the book, same thrust on the cuboid. It is clear? But whether in every case force will be same? So no, force will not be same, pressure will not be same. Whether in every case pressure will be same? So no, because the pressure also depends upon what? It also depends upon the area of contact. It also depends upon the area of contact. When same force is acting on the smaller area, same force is acting on the smaller area, pressure will be increased. Pressure will be increased. Same force acting on smaller area, what will happen? Pressure will be increased. Pressure will be increased. When same force is acting on the smaller area, the pressure will be increased. It is clear? But if it is acting on the bigger area, if it acts on bigger area, pressure will be less. Pressure will be less. Here the magnitude of force is same. Magnitude of force is same. It is clear? So see here, in which case here pressure will be more. Pressure will be more in this case or it will be more in this case. This is the case 1 and this is the case 2. So you can see here, in case 2 a smaller area is in contact and a smaller area is in contact, therefore pressure will be less, while here pressure will be more. Okay. It is wrong. In second case, smaller area is in contact, so pressure will be more. while here in this case a bigger area is in contact, so pressure will be less. It is clear? Means the area of contact surface is bigger, the effect of force will be decreased, pressure will be less. If area of contact surface is smaller, then what will happen? Effect of force will be increased and pressure will become more. That's why the paper pins, you must have seen the paper pins. In the paper pins, one end is very sharp. One end is very sharp, or thumb pin if you see. If you see the thumb pin, so you will find that in the thumb pin, one end is very, very sharp. It is clear? And this sharper end, because of this sharper end, what will happen? That thumb pin or paper pin is embedded in the target. It is clear? So this is the effect of the force. So that also you can find here. If you see the pillars of the bridges, if you see bridge is made over the pillars. So if you see the pillars, then you will find that these pillars are wider at the bottom. These pillars are wider at the bottom. Means here, suppose if you see this pillar, then this is the actual shape of the pillar. This part is under water. This dotted part is under water, shaded part is under water. It's clear? And over this bridge is laid down. Bridge is there. So see here why it is so. Because when heavy vehicles will pass through it, the weight of bridge will be very large. So see here, if these will be of a smaller size, effect of the force will be too much. If effect of force will be too much, pressure will be more. Therefore, there are the chances of sinking of the pillars. But when you make the base wider, what will happen? The effect of same force will be decreased. Pressure on the pillars will be decreased. And when pressure will be decreased, so what will happen? There will be very less pressure will act here and it will not sink. It's clear? So this is the reason behind the why do we make the pillars bases wider. It's clear? So after this, we will start tomorrow or whenever there will be the second period from 4.2 pressure in fluids. So all of you watch this video carefully, note down the topics where you have doubt and then you send me the message. It's clear? So that before beginning the next lecture, before proceeding over the pressure in fluids, your doubts can be resolved. It's clear? So I hope it is very clear and you have understood it. It's clear? So thank you.